Think
Like non-pussy getting male lonelies are deteriorating society.
The women out there who say they want a man who ain't got no bitches, them women don't really want a man who ain't got no bitches.
There is a reason so many men can't get women to like them. It is because they absolutely reek of desperation. I cannot tell you the number of times I've been approached where the vibe I get from this guy is that this interaction was going to make or break his day.
All right, y'all. Why do a lot of women want taken men and not single men? Well, that's a conundrum. Girl got an answer for you. Let's get into it. The forbidden fruit. I want what I can't have. Some women think that taken men are safe. Some women just want what other women have. They thinking if she's with him, he must be a cat. Sometimes for an ego boost. But these toxic women out here. As if she won the competition between her and your girl.
All right, fellas. So you saw the video that I just, showed y'all, those videos, and the reality in a man's life, bro, is like, let me tell you one thing, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about you, bro. As a man in this world, bro, nobody gives a fuck about you, bro. Like, just think of a man's life as, he's a star running back in high school, in college. He's starting. He's about to get a lot of money in the NFL. He does 4 years, $3 million. That's his contract. His whole family takes the whole $3 million, hoping that he'll sign a new contract, but then he gets hurt. You see what I'm saying? And he misses a year. He comes back. He gets cut, right? Now he's out of the NFL. Now his whole family's like, oh, you're not bringing in money? Okay, fuck you. You see what I'm saying? And they ain't fucking with him no more. You see what I'm saying? Like, all his friends and stuff that took all his money. Like, these are real life situations, bro. I had a coach who went through this shit, right? Like, that's a man's life, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about you, bro. So, like, you see Joy Taylor saying that nobody cares about a man who doesn't get women. Like, men who don't get women are the worst dudes on earth. Like, the male lonelies who don't get pussy, that's what she said, are the worst dudes on earth. Like, listen, nobody fucking cares about you. Nobody's coming to save you. That's what everything points to. So the sooner you help yourself, the sooner you save yourself, the sooner life will get better. You see what I'm saying? And another thing is with this, that desperation shit, you know what I'm saying? Like that clip that I showed you guys about, dudes giving off that desperate energy. All of that comes from just like insecurities, because you haven't spent enough time with yourself to learn yourself. You haven't, found being comfortable alone. You haven't got to that space yet. Like, once you're really comfortable being alone, that's where you create that fucking aura. Once you're really working on yourself, you create that aura. I'm gonna keep saying this shit until y'all do this shit. Every day you guys wake up, you guys can walk, right? You guys can eat. You guys have a lot of ability right there. You guys are blessed. You guys got to start using that shit. All right. If you can walk and you can eat, you should be at your goals. You should be at your physique goals. All right. Very, very simple. Or you should be going towards them. You should be going towards your physique goals, because you have the opportunity every fucking day. All right. No one's coming to fucking save you. All these questions, all these DMs I'm getting about y'all dudes saying, man, this chick don't want me. Of course she doesn't fucking want you. Would you want yourself if you were her? Fuck no, bro. Like, look at you and then look at her options. Cool. All right. Now just focus on yourself and find peace within yourself. You don't got to find happiness and be smiling all the fucking time. Just find what makes you, feel at peace and what makes you feel your best. You see what I'm saying? Like, what routine do you like? Like, for a lot of us, man, if you come out of a relationship, you'll definitely notice. Because when you're in a relationship and you wake up in a good mood and your girl's in a bad mood, that means the whole house is in a bad mood type shit. You see what I'm saying? But when you actually wake up alone and you start to, you work, you see the money going up and shit, you know what I mean? You see the money going up, you see your options going up, and you're like, I'm not even dating chicks right now, but the fact that I could pull those chicks, that's what's up. And you see your body getting leaner and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you see the abs coming in, you see the V coming in, you see the shoulders getting cut and shit. You start walking places, people start being like, what the fuck are you? Are you a celebrity? Like, you start actually leveling up. Whereas, when you started your journey, you were just some lost dude who had no confidence, who had a lot of belly fat and shit. And now you got your abs and shit. People are asking you for advice. You're starting to change the direction. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna start that e-commerce business. You know what? I'm gonna go all in on stock trading. You start taking other risks, because you know that these risks, if your heart is in it and your mind is set to it, they're not really risks. They're guarantees. Because guess what? You're gonna make sure that shit happens. That's what really starts to fucking happen. That's why I preach being disciplined. That's why I preach taking care of yourself and actually executing your goals. Because once you start executing goals, you take those principles and you put them in another field. Like I always say, this is in physics. Anyone who takes physics knows this shit, right? Shout out to my physics teacher in high school. But if you take principles in one arena and you put in another arena, it's going to apply. So if you take principles from fitness, you put it in business, it's going to apply. You take the principles of fitness, you put it in relationships, it's going to apply. You could progressively overload all aspects of life. If you take principles that you see in video games and you apply it to life, it's going to apply. You put in so much work on the RPG game. You invest so much money, so much time in that RPG game. Why not invest time and money into your life? All right. Because at the end of the day, you have goals you want to fucking reach. Why not invest that time, that energy into your fucking life? All right. Like, one thing I'll tell you is you guys all know this shit too. When you're in a relationship, it seems like, you know, you're getting all the chicks, you know, like that video said, and like T.I. said, like no chick wants a dude who gets no hoes, bro. And it's like you're not gonna understand the reason why until you start getting hoes. All right. Because the thing is, usually the reason you're getting chicks, like, and I talk to my homeboy about this all the time. Usually the reason you're getting chicks is because you've leveled up. All right. Let's give you a scenario. These common scenarios. There's a dude in a relationship, right? A toxic relationship. This is not a good relationship. All right. This is like an average relationship, which is usually toxic. There's a dude in a relationship. He was 15% body fat when he got in it. Now he's like 25% body fat. All right. Simple shit. He was 15. Now he's like 25% body fat. And then you have some other dude who was about 15%. He's not in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? He's kind of broke though. He's not in a relationship. A year later, the dude who's 15% is now 10%. And now, you know, he got his money straight. He's investing. He's networking. So he's leveling up, right? He's leveling up in all aspects. And he's really comfortable being alone. And he's really setting up a social life and, you know, hobbies and shit like that. And he's really enjoying life. Like, for real, he's genuinely enjoying life. So when you talk to him, he's always in a good mood. You know, he's vibing. He's doing everything that he can. He's controlling everything he can. The dude in a relationship, in a toxic relationship, went from 15 to 25% body fat. His girl's not really attracted to him anymore. He's always trying to please her. And she's not really genuinely attracted to him. So he's always trying to overcompensate and he's always stressed out about it. And the whole relationship's just toxic. All right. So she's going to start looking at the dude who's 10% body fat, you know, or 15% body fat. That's like, that got their shit together and are in good, you know, good energy and shit like that. It is what it is, right? Because like a lot of times, biggest thing I realized, like when I got out of a relationship is like all that energy that was spent, like, you know, maintaining and doing all this other shit, you start pouring that shit into yourself, you level up really quickly, and then you're on a different level. It's the fastest way to fucking level up, right? And then your optionality opens up. You see what I'm saying? Your body gets colder, optionality opens up. You know, you get new hobbies, you hang out with friends more, optionality opens up because there's all these different people you're meeting and shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like nobody wants somebody that nobody wants. It's really that fucking simple. All right. Because generally there's a reason that nobody wants someone. All right. Whether it's they're super awkward or they're just not physically desirable or they're horrible to be with or they're annoying. Like there's always some kind of reason. Most of the time it's really just like the nigga's just out of shape and weird and like, you know, beats his meat all day and is always gooning and he smells like gooning like all the time. That's usually some of the shit it is. And listen, before you guys say anything, you guys could literally go out into the real world and you'll see it yourself. Go out into the real world and you'll see this shit yourself. All right. There's a lot of these dudes super out of shape, man. That's why I made that video that the average man is cooked, man, because that's what's really going on, man. It's unfortunate, but when you really look around, man, it's like, yeah, like, when I go out, bro, I'm not on my phone when I go. I'll be walking, and obviously since my traps and shit, I'm gonna walk upright, and people just be staring at me and shit. But like all the dudes just be like on their phone, like and shit like that, or they just like super out of shape and just like that. They just be super out of shape and shit. Like that's what I be seeing all the time, where they just on their phone the whole time. That's just the average dude. All right, I'm just talking about the state of shit, the state that shit is in right now. All right, the fastest way to fucking separate yourself is get your shit together, get your body right, save as much as you can. All right, start watching where your money's going, invest your money. You feel me? Start being more proactive in your own life. Start being active in your own life, man. You spend so much time and energy on the video game, and you're trying to find out how to get to the next level. And in real life, you're regressing. Which one's more important? You can make your life a fucking video game, bro. You're regressing in real life, but you're progressing in video games. Which one's more fucking important? All of you guys have goals. Realistically, all of you guys can reach those goals. You see what I'm saying? So you have to realize no one is gonna come to save you but yourself. All right, that's the main theme of this video, because like Like these, I be telling you, man. Like these chicks wait at the finish line, right? They wait at the finish line. They rather have a married dude than some dude who, you know, doesn't have any chicks and has a little bit of money or something like that, but it's just weird and doesn't get any chicks. They rather have a married dude. They rather chase a married dude, right? That forbidden fruit, that fear of missing out type shit. Like here's the thing. This is all you gotta know. Everybody knows, you know, like since like 6 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever it was, everyone knows NBA Youngboy. You know, he has an incurable STD. Everybody knows that shit. All the hoes know that shit. And he's had like 5 kids since then, or 4 kids since then. So he's raw dog like four girls since then. Because they rather be with him than somebody else, right? Even knowing that, you know, he has that incurable STD. They rather deal with him because he be getting Huzz. And obviously he has status and all this other shit. They rather be with him and have a baby with him than have it with some dude who, you know, might be a virgin or have 2 bodies or some shit like that. It just is what it is, man. Like, and here is the real reason people really hate the globalized dating market. Now, you can say delete Hinge, man, delete Tinder, delete Bumble. Those are not the biggest dating apps. They're not even close. So what the fuck are you talking about? Instagram is by far the biggest dating app. Now, if you talk about Meta's Instagram and Facebook, that's the biggest dating app. It's not fucking close. It's been the biggest dating app since 2016. If you guys didn't know that, then you're asleep on life. And then number 2, you got TikTok. And then, you know, for the cheating apps, like people download cheating apps, which make no sense because Snapchat exists. Like, so a lot of people are like, nah, man, social media, blah, blah, blah. Listen, the reality is if a chick wants somebody, she's gonna use social media to try to get that motherfucker, all right? Now, if you haven't been there, then you're not going to know that, but that's how it fucking works. And that's the globalized dating market literally just exposes, like, it's always been like this. Because, like, all the women always got, you know, impregnated by, like, 30% of the population or 40% of the population, something like that. So it's always been that. Like, now it's like, it feels like it's like the top 20% of dudes, top 30% of dudes getting all the chicks. But it's always been like that. It's just more exposed now. You see what I'm saying? Like, we used to not... For example, if you're with a group of dudes and you guys all get chicks, you're just gonna be like, oh, everyone gets chicks, right? But now you're starting to see, since we have social media, you're starting to see all these dudes that are cooked. And one more thing is, I'll see people complaining on YouTube. I'll see people complaining on TikTok, and they'll be like, yeah, man, chicks are horrible. This is that. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, bro, like honestly, bro, you don't even deserve Lizzo, bro. Like, I promise you, bro. I mean, Lizzo lost weight now. Before she lost weight, they don't even deserve Lizzo. Because I'm looking at them, I'm like, bro, I don't care if you're chunky. Like, work on it and then get a haircut or something. But they be like 350, you know. And it's like they're not wearing a shirt that fits them well. They're wearing a shirt that shows their titties and has like grease stains and food stains on it and shit like that. I'm like, yo, the fuck? What are you talking about? Chicks are crazy. Like, you're the issue, all right? There's a lot of guys not willing to work on themselves, and they get into that black pill mindset and shit like that. Most dudes have better genetics than me and a lot of people. They just haven't they haven't worked on themselves for long enough to even see, you know, the commitment or see it through. Like when you lose a lot of fat, your face changes. You lose a lot of acne and shit, right? Your physique changes. It is crazy what happens. Like, you're 40% versus 15%, your face leans out like crazy. You don't even look the same. All right, people from high school don't recognize you. So you got to work on yourself, man. Like, no one's coming to save you. Like, all this, listen, women, dogs, and children are loved unconditionally, not men. Nobody gives a fuck. All right, if you don't bring anything to the table, if you're not doing anything, if you're not producing anything, nobody gives a shit. All right, and if you're just sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, that's not gonna get anything done. Right? You make excuses or you make progress. So sitting there and complaining and shit, it's not gonna get anything done. What actually do you expect to accomplish by complaining? I never understood. I understand the complaints about, like, there's some dudes and they're like, dang, bro, like, I was dating these girls, I thought they were God-fearing, man, and then you see their story and they're twerking, this is that, and then I find out this about them. That's definitely an issue, man. The God-fearing, looking for marriage and shit like that. But these dudes, most of these dudes just want some kind of play or some shit like that, right? And honestly, just by objective standards, they don't fit it, right? And I've never understood, like, complaining about some shit you're not willing to work for. I've never understood that. So, like, you're complaining and then turning off the camera and then eating cookies and sitting at home playing video games. It's crazy as hell. All right, like, you can write some shit down, make a change, control what you can, and then you'll be on the other side. All right, it's that simple. Like, I would say, from what I've seen, going to, how many colleges I've been to? Going to like 5 different college campuses, going to, a lot of different cities. I'm still young, so I still got a lot of experiences to go through. But from what I've seen, the trends I've seen, it is always the same shit. It's always the out of shape, disheveled people complaining, right? And then either they swole dudes that may be 15 to 20% body fat with some swag and game and charisma, or the super lean dudes, getting all the opportunities when it comes to, business opportunities, when it comes to networking, and when it comes to what they think and what they say is luck. It's not luck. It's just preparation meeting opportunity, right? They're getting these modeling gigs. They're doing runway shows and shit like that. They'll be like, hey, man, we need someone for this. We need someone for that. There's so many opportunities out there for those who, are prepared and who are locking in. There's like so many little opportunities out there. And then, of course, chicks chasing them and stuff like that. It's always the same people they're chasing, right? It's always the in shape dude, the lean dude, or the dude with aura. You feel it's rarely the Biggie Smalls looking dude. All right, it's just rarely that, unless you're rod waving, you have clout. It's rarely that shit. All right, so if you look at the common denominator and you are nowhere near the common denominator, then you're the fucking issue. All right, so that's the video for today. Link is in the description, man, if you're ready to get locked in. And also description, Discord's gonna be in the description as well, man. Y'all stay blessed.